Okay, so let's move on to FX. Euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar has been a bit of a roller coaster for the past 6 months, isn't it? I mean, dollar strength. Hi, UD. Pound yen. Okay, a few questions here. Sam is asking, is ADX a better indicator than MACD and RSI? ADX measures the strength of a trend. There's no better or worse, Sam. I don't really have a preference. Like for Mac, I use MACD and RSI. I use more MACD actually. Some people prefer stochastics, but the way I use indicators are more of divergence and convergence. So I'm studying swings, all right, and I try to see I just try to spot bullish or bearish divergence. I don't really care about the overbought oversold. Okay, it really depends on strategy, all right. So there's no really better ones if you ask me. All right, but for me, I use it more for divergence more than anything else. Okay, UD, you want to cover pound? Yeah, cover the yens for sure. The yens are where the trends are at. Okay, for sure, I cover the yens. So where we are right now? Okay, euro dollar. So euro dollar is a bit of a roller coaster. I think dollar strength came about because of all the talk about the Fed rate hike in December. But the ECB took over in I think end November, whereby they were so. I think Draghi talked the euro down by so much. I mean, he's saying that we need more QE. Inflation is still low. But when it comes to the crunch, they did not deliver. They did cut interest rates, but they maintained their QE amount where the market expected more QE. Therefore, the euro strengthened against the dollar quite a bit, and therefore you see these two green candles on the weekly chart bouncing off the 105 all the way to 109. Okay, a lot of my clients, a lot of traders got into trouble. Again, why? No proper risk management. Again, news can do whatever it wants to do. Draghi can say anything, Yellen can say anything, but if you manage yourself well as a trader, you should not be too affected by it. Worst to worst, you get stopped out. That's about it. Okay, and you get stopped out risking 1%. That's about it, or 2%, or the most 3, 4, 5%. That's about it. Okay, so always focus on yourself rather than the markets. So if you look at euro dollar, okay, key thing to look out for is this little trend line here. I mean, the trend still seems a bit more bearish. Okay, to me, the weekly chart, this is still a lower low to me. Okay, let me just circle this. This is still a lower low. And this area here is still a possible lower high. So unless we break above the 1.1 convincingly, then I would say that euro dollar might have reversed its trend. But as long as you stay below the 1.1 and at this trendline resistance level, I'm still a bit more bearish to euro. And let's see what happens here. See this area here, anywhere between 1.1 to 1.110. I'm keen to see what happens here. Okay, because I'm not surprised the bears come here and take over, push it back to 105, and we might see new lows for the euro dollar even. Okay, so just draw these lines and take note of the 1.1 level. Okay, that's a weekly chart. Daily chart has nothing much to infer because it's a bit more consolidating right now. Okay, I was a bit more bearish actually. I mean, look at my Twitter feed. I was looking at 108 to try to short it. I did take a short. I took a loss for that trade because when it went to 108, lingered there for a bit in the shorter term time frame, and then it just shoot up like that. Okay, so this level here, 108, was broken up. That's why I think it's will consolidate a bit more. Because the reason why I'm looking 108, because in daily chart, right, you see this level here, this was a lower low swing to me, lower low compared to this low. So I was prepared to see the daily chart change or trend to the downside because the lower low is significant. So I was looking at 108 for a lower high and hoping it'll come back down to 105, but obviously that did not happen. So I'll be a bit more patient on euro dollar and try to see around this 1.1 level to see what gives. Okay, that's the euro dollar for you. Let me move on to what else? Pound dollar. Let me cover some of the majors first, then I'll go to yens. Okay, pound dollar weekly chart. The pound seems to be one of the weaker currencies out there. Now, what I like about this chart is this is a weekly chart, it's a bit long term. Okay, so what I like about this weekly chart is that it has formed a significant lower low here. A significant lower low. And I'm not surprised if we come to about the 143 levels, only about 100 pips away. Okay, a significant lower low on the weekly chart. There's a bit of divergence coming up, but still, weekly chart still a long way to go. So definitely bearish. So weekly chart is definitely bearish. Okay. Now if you take a look at the daily chart, even more bearish. Okay, even more bearish. Alright. Now what I plan to do is I would like to, let me see, okay, what I like to do on the pound dollar is I'm happy to take any short-term retracements, maybe back to the 145 level, and let it drop all the way to 143. I think the key support here is 143, which we have about 100 pips more to go. Let me just zoom out a bit. You see this line I drew here because of this support here? So I think we are looking at about 143, 143.50 thereabouts. Okay, but plan your trade. So weekly bearish, daily bearish, you might want to go to shorter term charts and try to look out for resistance short. See, every chart is bearish, and this is the kind of markets you look out for. Okay, there's so many nice retracements that you could have taken. Look at this. Of course, on hindsight, it's easy, yeah, but this is trend trading 101. Broke a new low, pull back to the previous support term resistance 148, drop. Broke a new low, pull back, drop. Pull back, drop. Pull back, drop. Pull back, drop. Okay, so as long as it keeps doing that, I'm happy to keep shorting it. But of course, I'll be looking for things like divergence to see whether it's a good level to short or not. So for this case, if you see a 4 hour, there's a bit of a divergence, isn't it? If you look at this swing here, this swing compared to where we are right now is a lower low, correct? But if you look at this swing here compared to here, it's actually a higher low. So there's a bit of potential divergence, which is why I'm not that keen to short right now. I prefer to let it retrace maybe back to 145 and see whether I can take it down again, at least the previous low. Okay, so my bias is very clear. I'm bearish. All right, and so once my bias is clear, I'm looking to short. My plan is just to look for places to short. So I look for resistance. I look for I make sure there's no divergence and things like that. So for this case, because the shorter term charts is divergence, I'll be a bit more patient and let it retrace higher before taking short. Okay, so Sam, I mean, if you are using indicators like RSI or stochastics and things like that, look out for divergence. All right, divergence is a very, very powerful tool. Of course, nothing's 100%, but to me, it's very, very powerful. Okay, yeah, you did beautiful, bumpy, slide like snow, right? Exactly. Okay, but I mean, that's why I'm quite happy the markets right now, seriously, because it's just been so trending. Okay, it's a trend traders heaven. There's some times where the market is so consolidating, it's just so frustrating to trade. You only can take short-term, intraday kind of trades. Okay? How does price action, Sam has a question, how does price action compare to indicators for FX trading? Price action to me is everything because price action is a leading indicator. It's not a lagging indicator. Your ADX, your MACD, your stochastics, your RSI, all these are lagging indicator. But price action, you are able to tell or try to predict what happens in advance because you're just following the trend. Or if you, because for, again, I mean, I won't cover much theory of price action here, but normally a price action is a lower low or a higher high is very significant. So for example, if the price is consolidating, right, and you know this is a key support level, if it breaks this support and forms a lower low, this is a lower low compared to this low. This is the first sign that it's very bearish. And as a price action trader, when you see a lower low being made, it's a very clear sign that the market might turn to be bearish. And that's where you need to play a short. So more often than not, it will retrace a bit. Ideally back to this previous support term resistance. And this will be my short. And ideally it will continue to form lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Exactly like this pound dollar. Exactly. Okay. So let me just zoom out for you a bit. So let's take this for example. Okay, this is a very simple example. See this support here? Lower low compared to this low, lower high. Came back exactly to the previous support. You're taking a short here. And then it formed another lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, same high, but still downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and hopefully it continues. Okay? And if you follow price action now, even if it does not want to make a new low, so let's say if it consolidates, it makes a new low, pulls back, and you take a short here, even though it does not want to make a new low here, right? It can come back here and roughly at the previous low, if you see, you see a lot of support and you see it bouncing back up, you can just take your profit. But because you enter at a good lower high level, you should be in profit already. You get what I mean? So for me, price action is my core essence of trading. You can throw away all my indicators. I don't need any moving average or any MACD. Just give me price action. I'll just draw my support and resistance. I'll be happy to trade it. Okay? There is no pin bar here. Oh, are you referring to what's that guy's name? Oh man, I forgot his name. There's this Neil Fuller. Okay, the Neil Fuller uses price. I'm not sure whether you heard of him, but it's quite a popular. I do enjoy his webinars as well. He teaches price action as well, but he uses pin bar. Pin bar. Now, a lot of different educators, price action is more or less quite standardized in terms of how it works, whether it's a downtrend, consolidation, or uptrend. But how you enter and exit, now that varies traders to traders. Okay, if you attend a course, the teacher, the entry and exit can vary quite a bit. Okay, how I enter can vary from another trader, even though we're both using price action. But for me, price action as an analysis tool is very, very powerful. Okay, once you master price action, then you try to look for a teacher or a course that helps you with your entry and exits and see which one suits you best. Okay, so I think Neil Fuller used a lot of pin bar to enter. Okay, but I don't use pin bars. I mean, I use pin bars as analysis, but I don't really use pin bars to enter. You get me, Sam? I hope I cleared up some doubts there. But thanks for asking this question. I think they're really good questions. Okay, so that's okay, this is pound dollar for you. Okay, let's go to yens. UD, are you there? Yeah, let's go to yens now. So let's look at pound yen. I think pound yen is the weakest of all. Okay, so what I like about pound yen is that it has really, this is a really clear sign of this is a really clear. So let me delete some lines here. Yeah? This is a really clear change of trend. All right, if you look at price action, this compared this high, this is called lower high, and this is a lower low. Now, what I'm looking out for is for it to retrace to maybe this is a 173 level and then continue the downtrend or so. Okay, but today it didn't retrace and then started going down again. So very, very bearish on the weekly chart. Okay, I'm hoping that it will retrace here, but probably not this week, probably in the next 2 weeks or so. But you notice one thing, even though I can talk about pound yen for the next 1-2 weeks, the trend is still the same. It is in a downtrend already because the key lower low has been broken. The previous high is here. So to form another lower high, ideally this will be a nice place, and then from there it will continue. If it doesn't want to continue downtrend, then most probably we will not break the previous low and consolidate first. Alright, but the downtrend has been established and most probably it will stay like that. Unless there's a big fundamental change, most probably the downtrend will stay for the next few weeks or so because it's a long-term chart. Okay, so it makes my life so much easier. I'm just looking to short. That's about it. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. If you look at daily chart, look at that. This is what I call an awesome trend. Look at that. Perfect. Nice moving averages fanning downwards. I was hoping that this week will go to 173 actually. I was really keeping an eye. I mean, if you look at my Twitter, I posted a pound yen short at near 173. I think there was a trade idea that was sent to clients. That was my, I was looking at 173 level. Didn't go there. It went to 172.20 or so and then it dropped. Okay, so I missed the trade, but doesn't matter. The key thing is to see whether it can break the 170. I don't think the 170 can be broken that easily. I know now it's trading at 169.80 or so, but because it's long-term charts, it's a long-term chart, I think it still might be respected. And I'm keen to see what happens here. We might consolidate and start moving upwards before we see another big drop. Okay, the reason why I say that is because I see a bit more divergence on the 4-hour chart. You see this? Divergence, high low and lower low. Okay, so a bit more divergence, so there might be some form of short-term retracement coming up. Alright? But I'm still bearish. But beware the divergence over here. So this is a 4-hour chart. Let's see the daily chart, same thing. Okay, very bearish. Okay, I'm still looking at looking at the 173 area. Hopefully it will retrace there, if not this week next. But the thing is that I can't do anything now because it's quite near the 170, at least near the support level. Okay, the reason why I say 170 is support is because on long-term charts, you notice how the market bounced. It went to 16944 and then it bounced up. So anywhere between this level here is quite near support, especially for swing trade. Okay, but I'm looking for it to retrace higher because the moving averages are still quite far away on the daily chart. It needs to catch up before the momentum can push it down further. Okay, so that is the pound yen. Let's go to dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen is not as weak as pound yen simply because what's this? Let's see, it's a demo account. Just take this away. Okay, so dollar yen is, if you look at price action, clearly not as weak as pound yen. In fact, it's still just consolidating, isn't it? So if you want to short any of the yen pairs, dollar yen will probably be your last choice because dollar is strong, yen is strong. All right, there's a rush to safe haven assets, so dollar yen is favored. So might not be the best pair to short because you always want to pair the strongest and the short and the weakest, isn't it? I'll tell you what's a good pair. Pound yen is really good. Kiwi yen is good, but dollar yen is not the best. Dollar yen to me is still consolidating. We need to break this 11650 level. This is a key support level. Okay, if you plan to short, I think the 118 level, sorry, let's see what level is this. 11850, key resistance level. Okay, but weekly is consolidating to me. Daily is bearish though. Okay, but pay attention at this level. See all this level near the 11850? It might retrace this level and then from there, maybe you can take it down at least back to the previous low, around 117 or so. Alright, so that's dollar yen for you. So daily bearish, weekly consolidating. I'm not sure whether they can break the key support at 11650, but there's definitely meat to be made, the pips to be made at around, if you can take a short near the 11850, this is quite a key resistance levels. Okay. Mr. Wu, other than yen pairs, what do you think about the commodity currencies that go? Sure, I'll touch that in a minute. I only got 3 more minutes. Okay, any more FX pairs before I'll talk a bit on commodities? Any last FX? Aussie CAD, Raju, your favorite as well, cross currencies. Aussie CAD. Here we go. Aussie CAD, so, ooh, interesting. Okay, Aussie CAD, it's just started an uptrend. Okay, the reason this is a weekly chart. Yeah, the reason why I say that is that all these previous highs have been broken, and this is a higher high. Okay, quite different charts from what we've been seeing, all the downtrend. So, uptrend on the Aussie CAD at the moment, the weekly chart. Let me see whether I can draw any form of support. Okay, so let me just delete some. So Aussie CAD weekly definitely has reversed to the upside. Okay, now for the upside to continue, the key level to watch is near parity, $1 here. Okay, not surprisingly, let me just delete some lines so you won't get confused. Okay, not surprisingly, look at this. All these are near the $1 level. Resistance, support here, resistance. So this key $1 level need to break above it before the uptrend can continue. If not, we might come back down to another level support before traders can bring up again. Okay, but definitely still is on weekly is an uptrend. Okay, let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart is also on a uptrend. All right, there's no swing here. It's just a retracement. Okay, this is support level. So the key thing for you, Raju, if you plan to, I'm a bit more bullish on the Aussie CAD right now. Okay, this is a nice bullish engulfing candle. All right, if you plan to take a long trade, all right, maybe it retraces around here, stop loss below this swing here. The key level to watch out is near the $1. Okay, it needs to break above $1 for you to for it to go back to the upside on the weekly chart, maybe back to previous high around 1.01. Okay, so both daily and weekly uptrend. I'm a bit more bullish on this. Okay, as long as we don't break this support. If we break this support, then we might come to 97.50 or so. Okay, yeah, Raju, looking go long. Okay, so that's the analysis. Sam, what's a swing trade? Swing trade is basically holding your trades more than a week or so. Okay, a couple of days to a week, I'll call it a swing trade. Okay, a bit more longer term. Kiwi yen, yes, Victor. I was looking at Kiwi yen. I was eyeing it. In fact, I took a shot. I got stopped up break even. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Kiwi yen very bearish as well. I really like. Okay, this is a weekly chart. This is a nice bearish engulfing candle on the weekly chart. Okay, so weekly tells me that the downtrend might start. Okay, now let's look at the daily chart. What I like about daily chart is this. Now, if you see this level here, all these levels here, this is the 77.30 or so level. Many resistance, and right now we are near that level. Okay, and you see the previous candles could not break above it. All right, it went to 760 and then it came back down again. Definitely on the downside already. You see this swing. So this swing has broken all these support levels here, and it's definitely to a downtrend. Okay, so my trade plan was to actually take a short near the 77 level. First target will be the previous low around 76 or so, probably about 80 pips kind of thing. I was in the trade in the afternoon. I was up about 30 pips, and then I got stopped out I moved my stop to break even already, so not too bad. But yeah, I mean, let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, as long as we stay below 77.30, the downside still looks pretty nice. Okay, still looks pretty good to the downside, at least the previous low 76. Okay, so if you look at the 15-minute chart, right? So this where was it? Yeah, this particular swing here stopped me out. Okay, so what I'm looking out for Kiwi Yen is hopefully it comes back up here, makes a lower low, and then boom to my target 76. All right, so sometimes, I mean, your direction is correct, but sometimes it just takes a bit longer for the trade to work out. Be patient, all right? Be patient, and if you get stopped out or you break even, if the trade plan, if the setup is still there, don't be afraid to take it again. Don't be afraid to take it again, okay? This Kiwi Yen. Okay, let me... So I can't cover everything because my time is up, but let me go to commodities, yeah? Okay, let me just go to gold. Okay, of course, gold has been the beneficiary of all the panic in the markets, thanks to China. But keep an eye on, please draw this channel if you're trading gold, especially on a long-term basis. This is a weekly chart. Okay, it's a weekly chart. To me, gold is consolidating a longer term. When it broke the support at what's this level? 1080, right? I was actually bearish. But then when I look at this channel, and then right now we have formed a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly chart, I can't be that bearish anymore. In fact, I'm not be surprised if we start slowly making way up back to the top of the channel at around 1150. Okay, I mean fundamentally anything can happen, but I'm a pure technical trader, so this support seems to be quite legit. Alright, this channel support as well, the 1050 level. Okay, so let's go for you. You have to draw the lines of this chart because this will guide you. The good thing is that the if you're bullish on it, there's nice bullish engulfing candle, and I'm not surprised if you trade up to 1150 the next few weeks or so. Okay, if you look at the daily chart has made a new higher high. See this? Higher high. And this is all the previous highs. It broke a key. If I draw a line here, it's such a clear level. Look at that. The 1080 level. This was support, resistance. We have broken above it. So I'm very, very keen to see whether we can come back down to test roughly 1080 and then start moving higher. Okay, but a new higher high has been made. So it shows a change of trend to the upside for gold. Okay, let me see. All right, let me just touch on oil before I wrap up the session. Okay, oil is still bearish. I'm going to follow it down. All right, now if you look at the weekly chart, look at this. Look at how bearish this is. The $40 or 4,000 has been broken. Okay, key level has been broken on oil. Okay. The only thing I'll be concerned if you're a long-term trader is there's a bit of a divergence here. Lower low, but higher low here. But if you look at the daily chart, it's still very, very bearish. Look at how nicely it pulled back on 15 December. Okay, so it still looks pretty bearish and you just need to keep riding the trend to the downside. Alright, so look at that. This is a Brent crude, February contract. Same thing, still bearish. So if you see such bearish markets, right, what you can do if you can't find any retracements of the higher term time frame, you can go to a lower time frame like a 1 hour or 15-minute chart or even 4-hour chart and try to find a retracement. Look at this, 1 hour has made a nice retracement. You can try to look for entries actually around the 3200 level. Seems to be a good resistance level. Okay, but just be cautious because on the daily chart, a bit of divergence here. You see here? Higher low, MACD, but lower low. Okay, but again, just stick to the trend. More often than not, you'll be rewarded because the momentum is in your favor. Okay, all right. I need to wrap up the session because as usual, I exceeded it. But all these will be recorded. I mean, go back and go to the education section of the website under webinars, and we'll upload the video there. All right. If not, I'll be on fortnightly. So the next session would be today is 12, right? 26th of January. Okay. If not, feel free to drop me an email if you have any questions, and I try to get in touch with you as soon as possible. All right. If not, have a good night, and always remember to plan the trade and trade the plan. All right. Take care, guys. See you.